Hey guys, today we'll be talking about the Miami Dolphins and their seemingly endless amounts of drama. This on another episode of So in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on two pieces of Miami Dolphins news that have come out over the past week. So a few days ago, the Miami Dolphins GM Chris Grier came out and said that he's currently not considering trading Tyreek Hill. But if NFL teams were to send him an offer that includes maybe one or multiple first-round draft picks, he would consider it. And that is where the story starts. Of course, there's a few things to consider with this. Tyreek Hill has once again gotten himself involved in some marital disputes. Now his wife's filed for divorce, and he's 31 years old. So where does this leave the Dolphins and Tyreek Hill standing? Well, I don't think Tyreek Hill's leaving. No team in their right mind should be considering sending two first-round draft picks to the Miami Dolphins for a 31-year-old wide receiver with character issues. I think maybe the Dolphins are hoping a team would do that. Maybe a team that's desperate and in a Super Bowl or bust mentality. But realistically, no team is going to say, going to upend their future drafts just for a 31-year-old wide receiver who's probably going to start regressing soon, just so they can bring him in and maybe get a year or two out of him. So the next piece of Miami Dolphins news, and I think this is actually the more interesting one, is that the Dolphins have announced they're going to trade Jalen Ramsey. Now, who are they going to trade Jalen Ramsey to? We don't know, obviously, because Jalen Ramsey would be an amazing pickup for nearly every NFL team. You could make the case that he could fit well onto almost any team because of his skill set, because he's still playing so good in his age 31 season. Now, there's a few things to consider with Jalen Ramsey. So first off, it's the fact that he has a massive contract because of two extensions the Miami Dolphins gave him that didn't really make sense, because they signed him to a 3-year extension and then signed him to another 3-year extension a year after. So it's for any team to want to take him, they have to deal with that contract, and that impacts what the Miami Dolphins could get out of a Jalen Ramsey trade. But of the two pieces of news, I think this trade is the more likely to happen. Having good corners is especially important in this day and age with quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow lighting up secondaries. And Jalen Ramsey is one of the best available cornerbacks. And while he's older, he still plays very good. And honestly, him at 31 still plays better than any of the cornerbacks that my team had last year. Oh, the Rams secondary. A wonderful place to be. But I think Ramsey would be a great fit on nearly any team. And because the only thing that'll scare probably teams away is that contract. But if they can work out a deal where maybe they don't have to take all of it on, I think the trade will likely happen. Now, it depends also on what the Dolphins want back. I don't think they're going to get a first-round pick. I don't think they're going to get a second-round pick for Ramsey. Maybe a third. Maybe a third is what they get. Now, as for who I think would be the most likely teams to get Jalen Ramsey, well, there's a few options. I think one is the Los Angeles Rams. Him reuniting with LA would be an exciting scenario. The Rams obviously need secondary help, especially the cornerback position, and Ramsey would fill that need perfectly. You can honestly make a case for any NFL team to want Ramsey. I think that speaks to how good he still is, because you can make a case that the Texans, the Commanders, the Patriots, any team you name, unless they've already got a stacked cornerback room, is a good fit for Ramsey, because his elite talents, while he may not be the best cornerback on a team, for instance, if he went to the Broncos, I don't think I'd consider him better than Patrick Surtain, but he would fit well as maybe a cornerback 2 on some teams, and there's never enough good cornerbacks for a team. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below, and comment what you think. Will the Dolphins trade Jalen Ramsey or Tyreek Hill? We'll find out. and see you next time.